Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaivam Narotamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayatam Udirate Nashtaprayashu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtukim Mrinala Gaurayata Shesha Bhoga Paryanka Ekam Purusham Shayanam Panat Patra. You can't hear? Hello, can you see my screen?
Yes, Prabhuji. We can hear also.
I'm talking about the. I went to.
We cannot see the words, Prabhuji.
Yeah, that's the one. So I'll do share screen. Okay. Sorry about that. Rinala Gaurayata Shesha Bhoga Prayanka Ekam Purusham Shayanam Panata Patrapta Mruda Ratna Dyubhir Hatvanta Yugan Tatoye. Synonyms: Mrinala, lotus flower; Gaura, white all over; Ayata, gigantic; Sheshabhoga, the body of Sheshanaga; Paryanke, on the bed; Ekam, alone; Purusham, the supreme personal; Shayanam, was lying; Fana, Ataptra, umbrella of a serpenthood; Ayutta, bedecked with; Brudha, head; Ratna, jewels; Dubhi, by the rays; Hatadvanta, darkness dissipated; Yuganta, devastation; Toye, in the water. Brahma could see that on the water there was a gigantic lotus-like white bedstead, the body of Sheshanaga, on which the personality of Godhead was lying alone. The whole atmosphere was illuminated by the rays of the jewels bedecking the hood of Sheshanaga, and that illumination dissipated all the darkness of those regions. (3.8.24), the next verse, the earlier one didn't have a purport. Reksham Shipittam Harito Paladre Sandhya Praniverurukma Murdhana Ratno Dadharo Sadhi Samanyas Manasya Manasrajo Venu Bhujan Gripangre. Preksham, the panorama; Shipantam, the riding; Harita, green; Upala, coral; Adrehe, of the hill; Sandhya Abhara Nive, of the dress of the evening sky; Uru, great; Rukma, gold; Murdhana, on the summit; Ratna, jewels; Udadhara, waterfalls; Aushadhi, herbs; Saumanasya, of the scenery; Vanasrijaha, flower garland; Venu, dress; Bhuja, hands; Angripa, trees; Angrehe, legs. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The luster of the transcendental body of the Lord mocked the beauty of the coral mountain. The coral mountain is very beautifully dressed by the evening sky, but the yellow dress of the Lord mocked its beauty. There's gold on the summit of the mountain, but the Lord's helmet, bedecked with jewels, mocked it. The mountain's waterfalls, herbs, etc., with a panorama of flowers, seemed like garlands, but the Lord's gigantic body and his hands and legs, decorated with jewels, pearls, tulsi leaves, and flower gardens, mocked the scene on the mountain. Purport: the panoramic beauty of nature, which strikes one with wonder, may be taken as a perverted reflection of the transcendental body of the Lord. One who is therefore attracted by the beauty of the Lord is no longer attracted by the beautiful beauty of material nature, although he does not minimize its beauty. I'll read this again. One who is therefore attracted by the beauty of the Lord is no longer attracted by the beauty of material nature, although he does not minimize its beauty. In Bhagavad Gita 2.59, it is described that one who is attracted by Param, the Supreme, is no longer attracted by anything inferior. Om Ajnantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। पंचकल्पातरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। I'm back to the PowerPoint slide. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Thank you. So let's understand, why is Krishna all attractive? Okay. So first we say that Krishna is all attractive. Therefore, anything beautiful reflects Krishna. So let's understand, why is Krishna all attractive? Krishna is all attractive, number one, because it's his essence. That's who he is. You know, the essence of sugar is sweetness. The essence of chili is spiciness. If you remove sweetness from sugar, it's no longer sugar. Correct? So that essence, the very essence of who Krishna is, he is all attractive. So that's his essence. Second, he's Sarva Karana Karanam. You know the Brahma Samhita prayer, right? Ishwar Parama Krishna Sachitanand Vigra. Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Sarva Karanam Karanam, meaning the causeless cause of all causes. So let's see how his essence and this causeless cause of all causes, these attributes of his, how he is all attractive. So we understand why Krishna is attractive. Now let's see how Krishna is all attractive. He is Bhagavan, full of all opulences. You know, you have these six opulences, right? Beauty, knowledge, strength, uh, wealth, renunciation. So we know this is his opulence. Opulence is what, something which everyone craves for. You all want. You know, everyone wants to be beautiful. You look at the cosmetic industry, not just for Matajis, but even men. You know, now men also have started doing shringar. Sometime back, I had gone for a haircut, and I saw for men this, what they call this, threading the eyebrow, shaping the eyebrow. Always grew up into my middle age thinking that this is something that women do. But you know, that beautification is now even which men do. There was certain rate, whatever it was there for threading the eyebrow. There is nail polish for men also. Not surprising, because if we read our Shastras, it is said we are in the golden ages of the Kali Yuga. And as Kali Yuga starts deteriorating, men will start doing shringar, and we start becoming like men, become like women. You know, it'll get so fed up. They go into the mountains and jungles. People will procreate just to fill their bellies, cannibalism. So this shringar, what I'm saying is that beauty is one of the opulences, and that is all attractive. We all want to be attractive, and beauty attracts. Whatever, be it wealth, anyone who's wealthy is attractive. You see the confidence with which someone who's wealthy walks into a room, correct? And that's what who we want to be. So he's Bhagwan. He possesses it all in full. We may have minuscule portions of these opulence, and definitely not all six, maybe one, two, maybe three. But Krishna, being Bhagavan, Bhaga is all fortune and full of it, the possessor of all opulences. And because of that, he's the supreme proprietor, controller, and enjoyer. Dhanurdhar Swami Maharaj has explained, supreme proprietor means, if proprietor is, you have hak over it, correct? And that means you can control it. What will you do? You own everything, you control everything. Krishna doesn't have to work. He doesn't have to now at 7 o'clock class will get over and prepare and run to the job. That's not he does. That's not what he does. He enjoys. That's what Krishna does, right? So that's how all these things is making Krishna attractive. How he becomes attractive. Becomes named, he is attractive. And then what it means that Krishna is all attractive. What it means is that anything else is always less. Today we find this and that attractive, you know, diamond earrings or whatever it is, wealth. You know, I was reading Jeff Bezos. Savita told me something which really got me thinking. Jeff Bezos has I don't know how many billions, 197 billion or something like that, some silly amount of number. 197 billion is his net worth. Population of the earth is around 7 billion. If Jeff Bezos gave every human being alive on the world $1 billion, he still would have 190. He still would have 190. Correct? Just think about this, the scale. Now, Jeff Bezos is not even a uh, tiny fraction. Jeff Bezos is insignificant. What my net worth is compared to Jeff Bezos, Jeff Bezos's value of all his possessions, everything, will always be less, no matter what. And this is just on our Bhulok. You go even to the higher planetary systems, you go to the highest system, it will be insignificant. So it means Krishna is all attractive. We should understand that everything else, anything else, will always be less. Nothing can match him. And attraction means what? Attraction is a force, it draws you towards it. Correct? He is the source of eternal bliss and permanent attachment. You know, attraction, we have even gravity is a force of attraction. It pulls, mass pulls, correct? The earth has a gravitational force. Things fall at it towards 9.8 meters per second, or whatever that physics thing is, correct? But you can escape from earth. There's something called escape velocity. So if you're traveling at 11 point something, 11.1 kilometers per second, if that's what you have, correct, you can leave earth's gravitation. But once you get attracted to Krishna, you just cannot leave. You just cannot leave. It's a permanent attachment with Krishna. With Krishna, there's no such thing as temporary. It's permanent. Even that joy of his is eternal, that bliss, when we get into that connection. So this is what it means that Krishna is all attractive. So we should have this confidence, we should have this experience that anything, or we are trying to get the experience that anything else is always less. And Krishna, being all attractive, is the source of eternal bliss and permanent attachment. Permanent. Okay. Now the next one is Krishna consciousness helps see Krishna in everything. Therefore, everything appears beautiful. My mother told me a doha of Guru Nanak. And you know, there are so many of Guru Nanak and Kabir, and so many saints who have been. Hello? Radha Mataji, you may need to mute your mic, please. So there are so many, and she's saying Guru Nanak has said this, Changa Manga Kinnu Kyo, Sagle Jeev Tumhare. Whom can I say is good? Whom can I say is bad when everyone is yours? So how can we make these distinctions? Of course, that's the level of consciousness. You just see beauty everywhere. We see beauty everywhere. So how we know this, to see beauty everywhere? Okay, how Krishna consciousness helps us see Krishna everywhere. First question is, who am I? Now with this, either there's a lot of confusion, we don't understand it, there's depression, or there's aggression. All is happening because I don't fundamentally know who I am. We are thinking I'm Indian, I'm this, all bodily designations, okay? Whatever it be. Who am I? Krishna consciousness gives you these answers. Prabhupada wrote these books late into night. From the Shastras to, you know, perfect question, perfect answers, from uh, uh, science of self-realization, all these things were compiled. This is Prabhupada spoke, he traveled. These are the answers. Okay, what do these answers give? It gives us knowledge, not just knowledge, but how to practice it, how to get that realization from it, and how to get that wisdom. The experiential knowledge is what Krishna conscious answers are, right? So once we get these answers of who I am, I realize that I'm a jiva, I'm a part and parcel of Krishna. And what does it mean to be a part? It's only logical. You all know this. We all experience this, whether we are Krishna consciousness or we are not Krishna conscious, that a part is meant to serve the whole. It's obvious. Then that puts us in the servitor role instead of being a master. We become servitors instead of being masters. That's what our constitutional position is. Nityera Krishna Das. That's who we are. What happens is, so coming out of a disconnect, we come to our constitutional position. We are in harmony. When that happens, we get this vision. everything is Krishna's and Krishna is everything. People ask this question, where is God? Show me God. But first of all, do you know who God is? I could show you anyone and say, this is God. And because of that level of ignorance, people don't know who they are and they want to know who God is. Such people then accept even a human being as God. So you have all these godmen who are coming and conning everybody. क्यों वो vision नहीं है? Vision नहीं है because he doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know who he is because he hasn't got the answers from bona fide sources like Prabhupada. So this confusion continues. But when you get this, I am a Jiva, you see step by step, the vision comes in. We see that everything in relation to Krishna. And the more we see everything in relation to Krishna, the closer our attraction is getting to Krishna. The moment we start making these differences, yeah, he's Karmi. Oh, this is Muslim. Oh, this is Indian. We start making these differentiation. Then, Guru Nanak saying, Changamanda Kinnukyo. Then we know how close or far away we are. Everything is Krishna's. Krishna's is everything. Premanjanan Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. Santa Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti. Correct? Our eyes, that vision, our eyes will get anointed with love. Pandita Samadarshana. Whether dog, whether we see everything as Krishna's, animate, inanimate, everything is Krishna's. And Krishna is everything. This is transcendence. From this level, who I am, this confusion, depression, aggression, it brings this purity and clarity of existence. Instead of trying to do things right, we do the right thing. So this is how Krishna consciousness helps us see Krishna in everything. And therefore, everything is beautiful because Krishna is beautiful. I won't find anything ugly. I'll only look at the good in people. I won't see what their faults and all is. No more fault finding. All of us specialize. We have black belt and master's degree and PhDs. And I have in fault finding. Okay. Then attraction to Krishna helps develop a higher taste. Therefore, inferior pleasures fade away. I was talking while preparing for this class, I was discussing with Savita. So I asked her, how does attraction to Krishna develop a higher taste? She gave me a very simple example, which you must have heard in many lectures. She also heard in some lecture. She's saying you're eating a sukha basa sadawa roti, stale roti. You have taste of that. And then you get a nice gulab jamun. Will you want to go back to that stale roti? Correct, because all of us want better and better. It's only natural. It's only natural. So that's how the inferior pleasure fades away. So how this works is that there is an initial attraction to Krishna. What are those reasons? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, either you're trying to gain something, people who are inquisitive, people who are self-realized souls, they couldn't complete their journey in the previous life, they come in this journey and they already continue from where they left off in this birth. Mitigate misery, correct? So these are the type of people who are drawn, a broad classification, who are initial, that's the initial attraction. After that initial attraction, love develops. Love develops. That attraction, you get more involved with it. Love develops. When love develops, that is bhakti. That love for Krishna is called bhakti, loving devotional service. That is bhakti. And what does bhakti do? It absorbs you completely. Tan, man, dhan, sab tera, your time, everything. Your mind is totally occupied, and you can see this. Someone whom you love. Of course, our absorption is not that deep. It goes into the background. You're doing stuff, but it is in the background. But with bhakti, that loving devotional service is on the foreground, uninterrupted, unmotivated, unconditional, uninterrupted. It's all there in front. You're totally absorbed. With that absorption, transformation comes about. What does it transform? Our wants and needs. No longer am I thinking of I, me, myself. I'm thinking of Krishna and Krishna's. My drive. All of us have these ambitions. That drive changes. I want to do Krishna and Krishna's. Whatever was stale, we see it with a fresh set of eyes, a consciousness. So, attraction to Krishna, this is how we develop a higher taste. And that's how our inferior pleasures just fade away. There's no extra, we don't have to do anything. If you have to give up smoking, you have to put that, what is it called? That nicotine patch. You need willpower, so many other things are there. But this automatically, whatever are the base, the cheap wants and needs and desires, we know Dhruva Maharaj went into the jungle. He did tapasya. What did he want? He wanted a great opulence and king. But then what? A chanting. He got Krishna. He's saying these are broken pieces of glass. Okay. So this is the gist of today's program. There's about 5 minutes more. And this is what our dear Srila Prabhupada has to say about Krishna consciousness. From an early childhood, there is great hope for the future. This afternoon, I was talking to Krishna Prasad's son, Krishna Karuna Prabhu's son, Arjuna. He's about, I think, 5, 6 years old. Very smart, sharp young boy. So they're organizing some program, pre-Janmashtami. So he was inviting me and he's saying, let's do some activities together. So this kid comes on the line and he tells me, Prabhuji, will you come to my house? So I said, why should I come to your house? I was pulling his leg. He's saying, we will do Kirtan. I said, okay, very good. I love Kirtan, I'll come. What will you give me if I come? So he was thinking, I said, I want one barfi. So he's saying, one barfi, I'll give you a whole box if you come. So I was just sitting and was so amazed by this child. Now this child is raised, his older sister Janwa, they're raised in a Krishna conscious environment. And what struck me is, of course, the kid may have said it, someone may say just, this is childish talk. But what I was looking at it is this little Arjuna. I asked for one barfi. He says, I'll give you the entire box. Why one? I'll give you a whole box of barfi if you come. So I was seeing that how Krishna consciousness, that generosity of the heart, that thing of wanting to give. Children usually tend to be selfish. And then later they learn social skills as they grow up of sharing and whatever there is. So a Krishna conscious child, okay, is a great hope for the future of this world. Why? Because he'll see Krishna in everyone and he sees everything is Krishna's and how everything can be dovetailed. Then it's no longer I, me, you, and all these kitch, all these fighting going on. Okay. And here's another thing of Bhakti Tirth Swami Maharaj. Very nice quote. Before trying to spiritualize others, we need to undergo transformation ourselves. So if you remember that previous slide, how transformation happens. All of us want to tell others what to do. Everyone, whether it is related to Krishna consciousness or something else. Everyone wants to be a teacher, but we learn that you cannot be a teacher without being a good disciple. We must embody the change we expect to see in others. So if you think somebody is arrogant, then look internal and say that. Okay, Prabhus, Matajis, thank you very much for your time. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There is 2 minutes more, maybe a quick question, or we can do it on Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya. Madhupati Prabhu, whatever you decide. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
If anybody has any question or reflection, you want to reflect, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Prabhu, I'm I'm happy to hear your voice.
Yes, so Ananta Shesha lying down in the Garbhodasai Vishnu, actually lying down on top of the Ananta Shesha, right? Not
Correct.
on top of that. Yes. So as Ananta Shesha create a bed, and Bhagavan is lying down there. But other places I heard that Ananta Shesha is just holding all the universes as a master seat on his head. So
Yeah.
can you explain that thing? So this is the only one universe, right? Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu. That Ananta Shesha is the related to Mahavishnu or different Vishnu?
Garbhodakshaya comes from Mahavishnu, no?
Yes.
There's
Yes.
Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya, and then Shirodakshaya. So he enters into each universe as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So he expands. There are infinite number of universes, multiple universes, and then he expands himself into each universe. He enters into that each universe, correct?
Yes, Prabhu. Now my question is that is correct. But my question is that I heard that Ananta Shesha, there are millions of hoods, right?
Yeah.
So each hoods hold the only each would hold one universe as a master seat. Like the
Each
master
hood.
seat. Yes, hold. On top of the hood, the universe.
Yeah.
Yes. So that Vishnu is different Vishnu, or this Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu?
He's Garbhodakshaya Vishnu only, Prabhu. He's Garbhodakshaya Vishnu only. I'm not understanding your question. You're saying that are there two different Vishnus?
No, I heard that other lectures that Anantadeva has millions of hoods.
Correct.
And each hoods hold each of the universes as a master seat.
Yes,
so maybe I'm not correct.
No, that is correct. That is correct when I've heard this.
Yes. So this Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu is for the only one universe, right? Every universe has the Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu. So
correct.
How can the Ananta Shesha's hood can hold all the universes? No. So there is anything else there? I don't know about that. Maybe I'm not correct. Can you clarify this?
I understood, but I'm afraid even I don't have an answer for it. I'll have to think and read up on it, or maybe if Madhupati Prabhu or somebody other Vaishnav has this. I got your question that Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is lying on the Ananta Shesha. Ananta Shesha has millions of hoods, and on these hoods he's countless universes, and they're insignificant. It's just like the seed of a mustard on his hood. So if there are millions of universes, how is this possible? It seems to be that is Ananta Shesha so massive, and in each, so how does that figure out with million universes? Because in each universe there's Garbhodakshaya. I don't have an answer for that. I'm sorry, Prabhu, but maybe some
No
other
problem,
Vaishnav
no problem.
or someone. But I know what you're saying, so I can find. I'll read up. Can ask some Vaishnavas or someone on this forum has an answer. Can quickly put it, or we'll put it on Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Okay, no problem. Because maybe I am wrong, Prabhu.
No, you're not wrong. This question has set me also thinking. I never thought of it before. But no, you're not wrong. So we could do it on Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya. It's already 33, but I'm sorry, Prabhuji. Thank you for your question.
Sure,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat.
Dandavad Pranam. Krishna Prabhupada. Madhupati Prabhu.
Everyone.
Yeah, thank you very much, Amritananda Prabhu.
Thank you.
We'll take Ashish Jagannath Prabhu's discussion on Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. in a material universe, there are also 14 planetary systems with different planets, which Ananda Shesha could be holding on his hoods. But we can take it up further. Further research on it. Good question. We'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead. And we'd like to offer our prayers by chanting Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare Hare.
Jai Narsingha, Jai
Oh,
Shri
Narsingha, Jai
Nrsimha,
Jai
Jaya
Narsingha.
Jaya Nrsimha
Baladesh
Baladesh
Jaya
Jaya
Padma
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 Mukha
Bhringa.
Mukha
Mukha
Padma
Bhringa
Bhringa,
Ugram
Ugra
Veeram
Veera
Mahavishnu
Mahavishnu
Shalastam
Sarvato
Sarvatomunam
Mukha Mukham,
Narsingha
Vishnu
Vishnu
Padmam
Padmam
Bhutram
Bhutram
Namami
Namamiham.
Aham.
Bhagwan ki jai, Prahlad
Jai,
Maharaj ki
Jai.
Jai.
Let's offer our humble obeisances at the lotus feet of all the Samar Vaishnavas. Vancha
Vancha
kalpa
kalpa
tarubhyascha